Hello students, I am so glad you are here today. Today we are going to be talking about the signpost aha moments. So let's get started. I am so glad you're here. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video and learn more about aha moments. As always, let's start with a little positivity. So I have two notes here. One is from Hope and one is just a note to yourself. So first off, remember to never give up in what you believe in and keep fighting for what you want and it will happen. It might take time, but if you stay at it, you are going to make good things happen. And I think that's such an important message for us today. And also just remember, sometimes all it takes is one small positive thought in the morning to set the tone and improve your whole day. So I just bring those up today because I want you to keep those at the core of who you are. Never give up and always try to start and always look at the positive side of life. All right, friends, let's go ahead and talk about our learning goal for today. Our learning goal for today is nice and simple. We're going to learn a new signpost to assist us in reading deeper, to improve our comprehension, to help us examine conflict and theme, and to help our conversations about our reading. When we use these signposts to talk about our books, you will be amazed at the difference in the conversations you have in a group. Try it out. I can't recommend it enough. So let's review. We have been talking about signposts. Remember, signposts are those things that let us know that something is going on, whether it be that a store is opening or that we can recycle here or that there's construction ahead. There is something that is telling us that, hey, stop, take note, this is important. Authors do that same thing. They give us clues that say, hey, stop, take note, I'm telling you something important. These will help us analyze our text very nicely. So we've already talked about one signpost, and today we're going to continue our journey and learn one more. Now it's important to remember though that even though we are learning another one, we still need to be looking out for the ones from our past. So let's do a quick review of contrast and contradictions. So we need to stop and take notice and note when we see a contrast or contradiction in our reading. That means that when we are reading and we notice a character says or does something that is opposite or contradicts of what he has or she has been saying or doing all along, or when we notice that a character does something that is different from what we would do or our way of thinking, that is, it contrasts it, we should stop and ask ourselves a simple question. Why is the character doing that? And because we are amazing readers who love to analyze what we read, we don't stop there. We ask that follow-up question, and what does this tell me about the character, the conflict, or the plot? Plot being, we might predict what happens next. If you've forgotten this, don't hesitate to go back and watch the contrast and contradiction video. So that's just a quick review of contrast and contradiction. Today, we are going to talk about aha moments. We're going to be talking about what it means for a character to have an aha moment and how it could change things. So let's turn to my good friend Oprah Winfrey because she loves aha moments and can describe it better than anyone I know.
Aha moment. A moment of sudden realization, inspiration, insight, recognition, or comprehension. I always love those moments when I sit down to talk to somebody and they say something that makes me look at life or a situation in a completely different way. And I say, aha, I get it. Light bulb, bing, 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 bing moment. And the little hairs on your arms stand up. That is an aha moment for me.
Thanks, Oprah. We have aha moments quite a bit in our life. Have you ever walked into your classroom and seen everyone taking a test and suddenly remembered that that's what you were supposed to do the night before? Study before the big test. Or every year as a teacher, I do this one. Have you ever come to school and found that everyone was dressed up and in an instant realized that once again, you had forgotten it was picture day? That's an aha moment. Aha moments are those moments when we realize something, and that realization in some way changes our actions. Perhaps our aha moment in realizing that it was a test day might cause us to start pretending to be sick, and so we need to go home. When you're reading, aha moments are those moments when the character suddenly realizes or suddenly understands or finally figures something out. And because they do that, something is going to change in his or her actions. When you're reading, authors are often giving you clues, key words that the character has come to an important understanding by having the character say something like, "And suddenly I realized," or "In an instant I saw," or "It came to me in a flash," "I finally understood," "I now knew." These are all those key signal phrases that we should kind of be on the lookout for that are going to signal ding, 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 hey, hey, hey. The author is probably showing you that an aha moment is occurring. There are lots of ways an author can say this, but the main point I'm trying to make here is that the character has reached an understanding of something that they didn't understand before. So when we see the clues, such as these phrases, just like with contrast and contradictions, we need to pay attention to that sign and stop, take note, and ask ourselves some simple questions. First, we might ask, I wonder how this is going to change things. And then, of course, being the analytical readers that we are going to go a little bit deeper and ask, what does this tell me about the conflict or the theme? Thinking about this question when we see an aha moment occur in a story is going to help us understand why that aha moment is so important. If the character figured out a problem, we probably just learned about the conflict. If a character just learned a life lesson, we probably got some insight into the theme. So let's review. When we are reading, we want to be on the lookout for aha moments because they help us with things like theme and conflict. An aha moment is when we are reading and a character suddenly realizes, understands, or finally figures something out. When we notice this moment using some of those key words we mentioned before, we're going to stop and ask ourselves, how might this change things? And then because we are an awesome analytical reader, we're going to go deeper and ask, and what does this tell me about the conflict or theme? If the character figured out a problem, they might be figuring out how to resolve or fix the conflict. And if the character figured out or learned a life lesson, the author is probably hinting at a theme. So here are my notes that I took. On the left, you can see I got a little more artsy. On the right, I was pretty straightforward, but I used fancy color pens. So at this time, go ahead and pause the video and take your notes. So that's it. That's an aha moment. Nice, simple, straight to the point. Our learning goal today was to learn a new signpost. Check. To assist us in reading deeper, to improve our comprehension, help us examine conflict and theme, and to help our conversations about reading. Now for this signpost to practice with the mentor text, we are going to use the text Crash, and we're going to jump around in that book. So if you've read it, we're going to revisit it. If you haven't, I'll fill in those gaps. So check out that next video where we actually apply the signpost to a reading. Thank you so much for watching. You have a fantastic day. Thank you for coming. Have a great day, my friend.